The Rose Bowl at Pasadena, California, granddaddy of all the New Year's Day extravaganzas. It shapes up as a runaway for Ohio State Big Ten champions over Oregon. But 100,000 jam the stadium just the same. After a series of short Buckeye gains, Don Clark breaks off right tackle and goes hurtling through the Webfoots 27 yards to Oregon's 30. Longest run of the day, Joe Canavino tries to turn left end. He's headed off and reverses his field, dodging tacklers all the way. About 60 yards across country, but a loss on forward progress. Third down, 18 to go. Frank Kremblis drops back and slings out to Jim Houston, who's brought down on the 2 after a 37-yard gain. Kremblis sneaks over, and Ohio State is driven 79 yards from the opening kickoff to a touchdown. As the second quarter opens, the Webfoots open up too. Jim Shanley takes a pitch out and gallops 22 yards. Jack Crabtree, voted outstanding player of the game, tries to pass, then runs up the middle for 12. Jack Morris bursts through the Ohio State line for 13. Still fooling the Buckeyes, Crabtree connects with Charlie Tourville, who steps out inside the 10. The crowd is thrilled by the spunky Webfoots. 2 plays later, Crabtree pitches back to Shanley, and he sweeps left end for the tying touchdown. Oregon still rolling in the third quarter. Crabtree fires. Tourville makes a leaping catch for a 16-yard gain. Oregon's right end, Ron Stover, is a pass-catching sensation. Another brilliant grab for 12 yards. Crabtree rolling out on another option, flips to Morris, and he goes down the right side for 16 yards to a first down on the Ohio State 20. From the 24, Morris tries a field goal, and Telenews cameras show you exactly how far it missed. Ohio calls on its 212-pound sophomore fullback, Bob White. 11 yards. Then 10. And the Buckeyes get into exactly the same field goal position as Oregon as the last quarter begins. Don Sutherland kicks it squarely over the crossbar for the winning margin. Ohio State 10, Oregon 7, but the underdog Webfoots lost nothing but the game. Their surprising battle against the heavily favored Buckeyes is the choicest fare served up in the bowl.
82,000 jammed the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans to see Mississippi, once beaten, once tied Southeastern Conference runner-up, take on up-and-coming Texas, second in the Southwest Conference. After scoring late in the first quarter, Ole Miss moves again on Ray Brown's pass to Don Williams, 14 yards to the Texas 20. Just as the quarter ends, Brown rounds right in for 15 more. Mississippi rolls up a big lead with Brown firing to Williams for one of the Rebel touchdowns. Texas finally gets up steam in the last quarter. Don Allen powers for 15 yards. 2 plays later, Allen charges 9 more to the Mississippi 9. It's Allen again, barreling down to the 1-yard line. Max Alvis puts it over the last stripe. Texas avoids a shutout. The big thrill saved for last. Ray Brown, back in his end zone for a punt, decides to run instead. It pays off, and how. The Mississippi star, voted the outstanding player in the game, has enough protection to guard Fort Knox on this 92-yard touchdown run from the line of scrimmage. Actually 103 from his starting point. Mississippi routs Texas in the Sugar Bowl 39-7.
More than 76,000 packed the Orange Bowl at Miami to enjoy Florida sunshine and to look at the Big 8 champion Oklahoma. The opposition, Duke University's Blue Devils. Duke makes the first threat, driving deep into Oklahoma territory in the first quarter. Then George Harris's pass is picked off by Dave Baker, and he's off and running. A new record run for the Orange Bowl, 94 yards for Oklahoma's first touchdown. Duke puts up a stiff battle. Ray Carlton driving for 18 yards. And George Dutro scampers around left end 15 yards to the Oklahoma 3-yard line. Al McElhaney cracks over. Duke trails only 14-7 as the first half ends. One of Oklahoma's favorite plays pays off in the second half. Carl Dodd takes a Duke punt and goes dancing down the sideline 36 yards to the 13. Coach Bud Wilkinson wants more touchdowns. A 7-point lead's too close for comfort. Dodd punches over to make it a 21-7 margin. Still, Duke fights back. Pryor Milner hits Bert Lattimore for a 15-yard gain. George Dutro features the Blue Devils drive with some brilliant running. He turns the Sooner end for 22 yards to the 12. Dutro going around the corner again. He hits pay dirt, and Duke is still in there, cutting the lead to 21-14. Then things go all wrong for Duke. Dutro fumbles, and Dennett Morris recovers for Oklahoma. A brilliant shovel pass, Dodd to Jakey Sandifer, completely befuddles Duke, and he goes to the 4. Then Sandifer sweeps around right end, and the Sooners are again 2 touchdowns ahead. Immediately after the kickoff, Bob Broadhead fumbles, and Morris recovers for Oklahoma again. Wilkinson trains those boys to follow that ball. On the first play, Brewster Hobby's pass finds Baker in the open, and he runs the rest of the way for a 29-yard touchdown. The roof is falling in on the Blue Devils. It never rains, but it pours. In the final minutes, Broadhead passes, Bennett Watts intercepts, and the Sooners are off on another of their spectacular rampages. Near midfield, Watts laterals to Dick Carpenter. He completes the 73-yard gallop, and Oklahoma routs Duke 48-21.
The Cotton Bowl in Dallas, packed to the rim with more than 75,000 spectators for the clash between the East's top team, Navy, and the Southwest champion, Rice. Rock-ribbed Navy line makes a break in the first few minutes. The middies jar Frank Ryan loose from the ball, and Roland Brandquist recovers on the Rice 33. Brandquist, a third-string back through the regular season, goes 14 yards to the Rice 12. On the next play, he carries to the 6. Joe Tranchini twists over the goal line, and Navy has the lead. Standout in the game is Navy quarterback Tom Forrestall. His pass to Pete Jurkanovich is good for 27 yards in the second quarter. Then Forrestall dodges Rice forwards right and left before passing to John Ruth for 13. A few plays later, he's at it again. Running and dodging, he finally flips to Ray Welburn for 10 more yards to the 13. The Owls can't hold the hard-charging Tars, and Harry Hurst, shaking off tacklers, goes the last 13 for Navy's second touchdown. Navy is still hounding the ball in the third quarter, and Ruth recovers another Rice fumble on the Owl 20. The middies don't make a practice of passing upsets chances. Captain Ned Oldham goes the 20 yards in one carry, and Navy devours Rice 20-7.